Again, one of my early days of doing duty with Swami, my father had got into an accident, and he was admitted in the hospital. And then I went and asked Swami, Swami, this is what is happening. So Swami's response for that is, okay, he gave me a vibhuti, a lot of vibhuti in my hand, and said, "Go and come back in 2 days."
Mhm.
So he was very clear. He said, "Go and come back in 2 days." So I said, "Okay, Swami." So even saying okay is not something which we can take it lightly, because once you have Swami has said this and you have said okay, that means that it is as good as you having said it. So when I went back to Chennai to see my father in the hospital, I kind of openly told my family, extended family was there, that this is what I'm going to do. Swami has told, and that I've been here for 2 days and I'll go back. So they were like aghast. What are you talking about? It is your own father, and he's admitted in the ICU. He's not even in a general ward. He's in the ICU, and you cannot go back after 2 days. Your first duty is towards your parents. Your Swami only has told no that parents is first. How can you not do that first?
Mhm.
Fortunately for me, my mother was a pillar, so she stood between me and my the extended family and said, "No, you take care." And the interesting thing which happened was, normally when somebody is in the ICU, they don't allow anybody to be with that person, right? Except probably during visiting hours, they'll just allow you to go glimpse and come back. But my father was an extremely strong person, and since he had had a injury which is near his head, he was a little disoriented, and he was constantly getting up from the ICU. He had all this the saline and all that going in, and he used to constantly get up and remove everything, and the nurses were not able to handle him. So then they said, is there anybody from your family who can be with him? So during those 2 days, I got to sit next to him during that complete time. And the vibhuti which Swami had given me, I had started applying on his face wherever the scars were there and all that. And within those 2 days itself, we started seeing that the scars started reducing a lot. My father was seeming to started to get better, but he was still in the ICU. So the end of the 2 days, my mother said, "Okay, you go now. I will take care." Wait, that was a very difficult decision, right? Your father is still in the ICU and then to come back. But it was very clear that's the instruction which Swami had given. So we said okay, and then I left, and then I went back to Prashant Nilayam. And like within a couple of days, my father was back from ICU to general ward, and then he was getting much better. The only thing which he continued to have was a double vision, which Swami called them to Prashant Nilayam, and my father insisted that Swami presses his eyes. And even when Swami was touching his eyes, my father said, "No, you press it hard." So that was an opportunity he got, that Swami was really touched his eyes in pressed his eyes nicely. And when he came out of the interview room, of course his double vision was gone. So I was thinking that he could have, when he gave that vibhuti that time and had applied it on his face, when all those scars went off, the double vision also could have gone with that vibhuti itself. But he had to make it very obvious that this is something which he alone has done, so that there is no confusion there. Sometimes we need that, because for even for faith to build, every now and then Swami has to give us that extra experience which we cannot deny.
Correct.
So that was beautiful. So in the sense that, so it was simply knowing that he's taking care, and so the word which is given to him is a word which has to be kept, and we have to have our actions in alignment with that. So